It's Q&A day here on FBTV. Hey, good Columbus Day to you, if that's what they still call it. I was talking to my wife about that the other day. She says, no, I think they call it something else now. I don't care. Try to change your history. I don't care. History is history no matter. Here's what happens when everybody gets a trophy. So learn from this, kids. There is an upvote for people actually winning. They learn how to win, and on top of that, they learn how to lose. Because when you lose, you work at trying to get better. Anyway, don't get me going down that road. Hey, FreightBrokerTV.com, that's our website. You can check us out. Go to FreightBrokerTV.com. You got questions, comments, messages, whatever. And you Russians been spamming our contact forms. Well, going to make it a little bit harder on you now. Still might get through, but we'll make it harder even. Now we get Russians emailing us all the time, or, well, using the contact forms, but who cares? We just live and grin and ignore them. Put them in the spam folder. But anyway, yeah, there's some CAPTCHA stuff up there now, so maybe we won't get so much. But now that I've said that, we'll probably end up getting more. But anyway, neither here nor there. Hey, Freight Broker TV, we got Freight Broker TV. You can find that on our website. It is going 24/7 as well as FBTV radio. You can find that on our website as well. Questions, comments, messages. We have forums on our website like I was referring to. Now you got to do some simple math. I truly hope you won't need a calculator to do that math. But you can email us as well, fbtv@freightbrokertv.com. And you can call us. The studio line is 479-668-0213. Now, I'm going to mention this pretty much on every video when we are trying to up the followers we have on Twitter. And, you know, I gave you I think I gave you the wrong account the other day when we was talking about this. But our Twitter account, you'll find us on Twitter at Freight TV, FREIGHT TV. Okay, my name is Mike. I am a consultant for Tautoa, the lead consultant for Tautoa. We've got a lot of things getting ready to change. Matter of fact, we've got a change coming up tonight. It's our first change, and it's our first ever webinar. Our webinar training, 2 weeks, 3 Mondays. We're going to do it every month. And we got some more changes too. You can go to our website, check that out. I think I showed you that last week, didn't I? But anyway, not set up to take you over there today. But you go to Tautoa.com, TALTOA.com. Up at the top of the page, in the menu bar, click on training, and it's going to list it. Just scroll down, you'll find it. We got a lot of changes coming up there. Like I said, when I was on my hiatus, so to speak, whatever you want to call it, when I wasn't doing videos and kind of didn't do any podcasts or anything there for about 6 weeks. Well, it's getting ready to all come out. You're getting ready to see everything that I was up to, we were up to, and it's going to be coming out here. It's going to be coming between now and the first of the year, put it that way. Okay, now let's get to your Q&As. Your questions, our answers. First one is for Karen. When is it okay to share proprietary information about a shipment with the carrier? Well, I'm assuming you're talking about the load information. Where the load's picking up, pickup numbers, load numbers, phone numbers, delivery information, all that. You should never share that information with the carrier until the carrier has been set up and approved by your broker. Now, what is this set up and approved? Well, the agent on the load, or the broker ever brokered the load, they're going to be doing their part. They are going to begin that process by sending the carrier what is known as their carrier packet. Carrier packet's going to have information similar to what you send a customer. But it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a broker-carrier agreement in there along with the authority, blank W-9, things of that nature. The carrier is going to fill all that paperwork out, sign the contract, and send it back to you with their information, the authority, their insurance, W-9, anything that your broker might require. But that's pretty much the gist of it. Now, you want to check the confirmation, or not the confirmation, the contract, make sure it's been signed and initialed, no changes been made. Yeah, some of those carriers, they try to get in there and be sneaky sometimes and cross something out or add something to it. Not going to fly, but give them credit for trying. You're going to be checking the information on the FMCSA, known as SaferWeb. Your broker's going to be going more in depth on that. They're going to be checking information on the CSA information for that carrier. CSA came into play back in 2010. And believe it or not, before the CSA came into play, the broker agent was usually the one approving the carrier. Wasn't that big of a deal, but in 2010, the rules changed. Well, the rules didn't change. The liability shifted from the trucking company to the broker and the shipper. So now the broker is pretty much the one that's going to be checking all that. But as far as proprietary information on the shipment, the information needed to move the load, never give that to a trucking company, driver, anyone, until the carrier's been approved by the broker. Now, let's say you're an agent, and you go ahead and you give that information to the truck. The driver called you, hey, give me some information, man. I want to get over there and pick up the load. You give them the information, you have a heart. You feel for the driver. I get that. And as a former driver, I appreciate you. But if that truck gets over there, that driver picks up that load, and then you find out after the truck's already been loaded that your broker is not going to approve that truck, now you've got a problem. You can be held 100% liable, responsible for that load. Your broker didn't approve it. That could turn into a nightmare. Never load a truck, never give the truck information for the load until they have actually been approved and you've been notified by the broker. All right, Daryl, he sends us 3 questions. Which load board should I be using? Well, Daryl, that's a pretty important question, obviously. I always recommend use the load boards you can forward and move up. Okay, ultimately, yeah, you're going to want to be using the DAT power. I mean, that's the granddaddy of the load boards. But for a broker, that thing, is kind of costly. But you want to get to it. Now, people, I tell this to hey, the load board costs this much, and their eyes get this big, and they're, holy smoke, that's high. Why so much? Hey, it's overhead. You want to buy a truck, ask a driver or anybody how much fuel does the truck own. It might be 300 gallons. Multiply that by whatever cost of fuel is. What is it right now? 250, something like that. I saw it a moment ago. Where'd it go? 238. 238 a gallon. 238 to fill up a truck. 300 gallons. You do the math. And that's like every other day. So it doesn't matter what kind of business you have, you're going to have overhead. The thing is about a broker, your overhead doesn't really fluctuate. Whatever you're paying for your load board this month, it doesn't matter if you post 1,000 loads or if you get 500 trucks off of it, same price next month. See what I mean? Okay, that's what's nice about being a broker. But as far as load boards, what the 3 generally that we're talking about in our consulting, our training, 1, 2, 3 load board, that's a good place to start. As a broker, you can use their load board for free starting out. You'd want to move up to DAT power eventually. Now, DAT does have DAT Express, and it's a good load board. It's basically the same thing as DAT power, except you're not getting all the bells and whistles. And what I mean by bells and whistles, you don't have the ability to roll over your load. So if you've got 100 loads posted today and you're using DAT Express, end of the day, those loads are going to fall off the load board, which means you're going to have to repost every one of them tomorrow morning. And nobody likes posting loads or reposting loads anyway, especially when you got a bunch of them. Now, the DAT power load board, it will allow you to roll those loads over. So at the end of the day, before you go home, last thing you do, just select all your loads, roll over, boom, done. Now they're reposted, and they will be on the load board. In the morning, all you got to do is come in and refresh. When I say refresh, we're just selecting all the loads, clicking a button on the keyboard or with your mouse, and it's going to refresh, making all those loads look like they were posted just now. Okay? But you get the idea there. But start out, work your way up. You don't want to get in over your head. I always recommend to everyone, keep your overhead low until you can afford to get it. Now, a third load board you might want to add would be truckstop.com. Truckstop.com, I don't... they are what they are, but they'd be a good secondary load board after you built your business and you got money to invest. I've used a truck stop for years and years and years, and it was a pretty good load board. It was a good secondary load board for me. And then they increased the price from $35 a month to $99 a month overnight. And that kind of put them into the DAT price point. So if I'm going to be spending that kind of money on a load board, I'm going to go to the top dog. I'm going to go DAT. See what I mean? Now, I don't know if they're still doing this, but I do know that Truck Stop, the 99 was for the basic load board. Now, it may have changed. I don't know. I haven't gone over there and looked. But if you wanted their spot rate tool, that was going to run you another $35 a month. So when it's all said and done, it's $134. Well, DAT Express for $125, I think it is. It's got the spot rate tool built in. So anyway, neither here nor there. Now you may be saying, well, why do I need more than one load board? Well, simply because as a broker, you don't know which trucking company is using which load board. You may have this trucking company using that load board, this trucking company using a combination of these two or three. You just don't know. So multiple load boards are going to give you the opportunity of having a wider reach. You're going to be able to see more trucks, and you're going to be able to touch more trucks with your loads because you're using multiple load boards. Okay, that makes sense. All right, another question. Which site do you recommend for prospecting, finding customers? A good place to start is your favorite search engine. Okay, I'll just tell you right now. Google, Yahoo, Bing, it don't matter. Put in industry directory as your search term, manufacturing directory. You're going to get millions of results. Click down through there. Go down through there and find one you like. Okay. Now, I'll tell you this too. You can go over to our Freight Broker TV, and on Freight Broker TV, you're going to find a link there for the Insider, FBTV Insider. Now, to sign up for the FBTV Insider, it's absolutely free, and what that is doing for you is simply bringing all our public content in one nice location. That's our radio show, any public content we've done in the past, our YouTube videos, morning coffees, our podcast, you name it, it's there. Plus, we do add additional content periodically, videos and podcasts and things like that. That's available to insiders only. But to get to the insider content, that's going to cost you like $3 a month or something. But anyway, neither here nor there. You can register and have access to the free content, no charge. Just register and sign up. Because via the free content, you can hit the best resources. And we've got some different directories up there, links to them you can use, different links. So now, one thing I will say about directories, don't pay for one, okay? Paying for a directory is just throwing money away. And here's why. There isn't one directory out there that has every manufacturing company in it. It just does not exist, okay? Pretty much any company you're going to find in a paid directory, you're going to find in a free one. Now, some of these paid ones, they do have a free trial. I'll sign up for a free trial every day. but I'm going to cancel it before they start billing me. Okay. The more of these directories you come across, the better off you're going to be, because again, you're going to have more reach. You're going to have more tools to use, more resources to turn to. So find these different directories, add them to your favorites, and it'll be worth it for you or to you in the long run. Do companies use more than one freight broker? Yeah, most. I mean, you've got to understand that that's the attraction of a freight broker. The freight broker doesn't charge a company, a shipper, any flat payment. They don't have to pay us by the month, by the year, or anything. To use a freight broker, for a company to use a freight broker, our service is free. It's free. They don't get a monthly bill or anything like that. They get invoices. We're making our money from the loads we move for them. You know, they're paying this amount, we're paying the truck, we're making the difference. Okay, that's how a broker makes money, obviously. But to use our service is free. Now, my point, get in the door, build the relationship, work your way up. The better relationship you have with that person in charge of shipping, the more money you're going to make, because the more loads that are going to be afforded to you. And last question from Jason: can a freight broker earn $50,000 to $60,000 a year working at home? Yes. Matter of fact, there are freight broker agents making 6-digit incomes working from home. But Jason, this doesn't happen overnight. It's a process. Anyone that thinks, hey, you know, I'm going to be a broker, I'm going to be making thousands of dollars here in a couple of weeks, do some more homework, because that isn't fact. Matter of fact, we get calls from people all the time. They've been told that from some of these people trying to sell them the idea of a freight broker training school. The fact is, it's going to take months before you build up a substantial income. More than likely, it's going to take months before you build up any type of an income that you could survive on. It's difficult. You know, the startup period, that's the hard part. Not trying to talk people out of it, you know, becoming a broker or anything like that. But understand, it's work. You know, I've had so many people come, you know, through our training and consulting. They come in and they want to be a broker. They want to get their license. First 15, 20 minutes of our conversation is us trying to talk them out of getting their freight broker license and talking them into starting as an agent. Now, why is that? Because an agent and a broker, doesn't matter. And when I say agent, that's one contracted to the broker. The broker is one with the license. But it doesn't matter if you're a broker or the agent. You still are going to go through the startup period. That's when you're out here making sales calls, obtaining customers, gaining the experience, getting the loads, building the relationships, building a carrier following, all that. Now, if you're a broker, you have no money coming in, but you got money going out because you're the broker. You've got overhead. As an agent, yes, you're going to have some overhead, but not like the broker. You see what I'm saying? You can focus more on building the business, and that's why we pretty much say start as an agent and work up to it. Matter of fact, I've had a lot of clients, they started as an agent, they, you know, with the whole goal of building the business up to where they get to the point to where they could start their own brokerage. And by the time they got there, it was like, no, kind of like this agent stuff, because I don't have all the headache. Because an agent, they're not billing the shipper, they're not chasing money, they're not paying the carrier. They're just doing their job, moving loads, and making a pretty good income out of it as well. All right, Q&As. That's it. You got any questions you'd like to have answered? Well, contact us. You can do that from our forums on the FreightBrokerTV.com website. Or you can email us direct, FBTV@FreightBrokerTV.com. Even call us, 479-668-0213. If you call us, that's our studio line. You'll be able to leave a message. It'll be recorded, and we'll answer your question via video, podcast, on the radio, whatever. Okay, check that out. All right, don't forget to follow us on Twitter, at Freight TV. Okay. Also, one more thing, if you got any questions, you can leave them down below if you're watching this on YouTube. We get notified, and we try to get back to you as quick as we can, and we'll use those questions, too, in a future Q&A. So, it's Monday, it's Columbus Day, or whatever they call it nowadays. And 2020 just won't go away. Anyway, have a good Columbus Day, or whatever you want to call it, unless, of course, you've made other plans. See you later.